Hey everybody, today I'm reviewing the Swiss Legend Submersible with a polished case and gray dial. The model number is SL-10543-014. Let's get started. Here you'll see the box that it comes in. This is just a simple two-piece black box with a very subtle little stripe pattern on it and a red stripe in the middle. Swiss Legend logo on top, model number on the side there. This is the only kind of box that I have from Swiss Legend like this. Usually they're more like this clamshell style one. I like boxes, so I like to see this kind a little bit better. It's a little bit nicer than this box. This is more like maybe a department store style watch box, but it's what's inside that matters. So let's get on with the review. Of course, there's the watch there. I'm just going to put that aside for a second. Comes on a nice little black felt pillow. I'm going to show you what else is inside the box. You get a little plaque tag thingy here. It's just standard fare. Has a model number on the back. Logo on the front. You also get a little polishing cloth there. That's always nice. And then the Swiss Legend warranty and manual. Swiss Legend warrants this watch for 5 years. That's the movement only and manufacturing defects, and the Sapphitek crystal for 10 years, which I'll get to later. Then the user manual. This is just a generic for all the different watches. You'll see there's Neptunes in there, etc. Quartz, automatic, chronograph, it's all in there. One size fits all. So let's put all that to the side real quick and get to the watch itself. So as I said earlier, this is the Swiss Legend Submersible. This is a polished case with a gray dial. And get to focus real quick. Case dimensions, it is 48 millimeters in diameter, 16 millimeters thick. It has a 24 millimeter width on the strap. So yeah, and it's 100 meters water resistant. This uses a ISA, what is it? An ISA 2331-103 Swiss made quartz movement. Take the Swiss made for as you will, whatever. It's just a simple, time and date movement. It's been fine for me, nice and accurate, with one exception, which is when I don't wear it for long periods of time, it seems to lose a little bit of time. But as long as I wear it here and there, it seems to be just fine. I don't know what that's about. It weighs 147 grams, so it's definitely not a lightweight or petite watch. Obviously, the size, as well as the weight, you'll definitely notice this on your wrist. It comes with a black silicone strap, similar to the one that comes on a lot of other Swiss Legend watches. It has the brand name right there, Swiss Legend. Quite a large strap. You'll see I only use the third or fourth holes here, and I have about a 7 1/4 inch wrist, I believe. Swiss Legend logo on the strap on this side, and on the other side a brushed stainless steel buckle with the Swiss Legend brand name again. On the back of the strap, you'll notice it's got quite an aggressive texture actually, so it holds its position on your wrist very well, but this is actually a little bit too much for me, and it will irritate right on, I have kind of a bony wrist, I guess you could say, but it irritates me right there where my wrist actual bone is. The case, the bezel is polished as well as both sides with a nice mirror finish, a very good finish on this watch actually. At the price point, I paid $65 for this watch. I got it on sale. The prices vary pretty wildly from anywhere. I think the lowest I've ever seen them was like $50, and I've seen them up to like $150, just depending on, timing and where you buy it. So price range $50 to $150, I guess. I paid $65 plus shipping. So polished on both sides. The crown is polished, and this is a big crown. It's an 8 millimeter, I believe, crown. Let's get it to focus. I think all the polishing is kind of confusing the camera here. There we go. You'll see it's a canteen style crown, very good knurling, and it has a hinge here. It says sub on it, referring to the submersible. Metal screws, and it's attached via metal post to the case. It's a screw down crown, of course. Nice thick O-ring there, very nice screws or threads there. Nice and positive, nice and smooth. And probably the thickest, fattest crown stem I've ever seen. It's about 3 millimeters wide, I'd say, 3 or 4 millimeters wide. It's a big crown, and a nice nicely knurled crown head there. To adjust the time, the first position, where you would normally leave it, is dead. Doesn't do anything. One click out will change your date, as you can see there. 2 clicks out changes your time. Simple as that. So let's close the crown back up here. Crystal-wise, this uses Swiss Legend's Sapphitek crystal. You'll see it's got definitely a nice visibility there. You can see it at a pretty sharp angle, no problem. Sapphitek is Swiss Legend's, I guess it's a synthetic quartz crystal. I'm not exactly sure what the actual composition of it is, but they'll show some videos on like worldofwatches.com, etc. Of them taking a knife and just scratching the crap out of that watch face, no problem, no scratches. And in my personal experience, there is 0 scratches on this crystal. You'll see it's a very nice clear crystal too. It almost disappears there in the light. Nice and clear, no scratches on any of my 4 Sapphitek crystals, on my 4 Swiss Legend watches. So it seems to be quite a good crystal, and they seem to be confident. If you get any deep scratches in 10 years, supposedly they'll replace it free of charge. Of course, with an additional service charge of however much that is. I'm not sure. I think it's like $10 or something like that. Which is, you know, reasonable, I guess, whatever. On the dial here, you'll see I went for the matte gray dial, and it has green indices. This is a sandwich dial, similar to, say, a Panerai or something like that. The green is actually on a separate dial underneath the gray dial. If you look at like the 12 o'clock and the 3 o'clock positions, you can see there's the top gray dial is maybe a millimeter thick or so. So you actually are seeing the cutouts where the green is. This uses Super Luminova, and it's got pretty impressive lume actually on the dial. This is one of my better lume watches, and we'll get to that later. You'll see you have hour, minutes, and a red accented second hand, which is nice to see. All 3 are lumed. There's a date window at 3 o'clock with a big red arrow just in case you can't find it. Black background, white letters on the date. It matches the white letters on the dial. So, you see a Swiss Legend up there with the Swiss Legend logo. 100 meter water resistant, which is 330 feet. And a chrome or polished submarine logo there with Submersible written in a nice dark red underneath it. You'll also see there's a 60-minute little indicators all the way around the edge of the bezel on the very outermost point there. So nice dial. The sandwich dial is actually one of the selling points for me, the main selling points. One quirk of this watch that I've seen, you'll notice right now the minutes are at what, about 23 and a half? 23 and a half, let's say that. If I go this way and I give it a little tap, now it's at about 23. So it actually has about a half minute where it moves back and forth, and I'm not sure what that's about. I guess it's just a quirk. Maybe that minute hand is a little loose, I don't know, but I've had it for over a year with 0 problems. You know, it hasn't spun around freely or anything like that, and it hasn't fallen off. So it seems to be fine. I guess it's just a quirk with my watch. As far as quality control, that's the only flaw that I found in this watch. Everything else was great. Finish was great. Movement accuracy is good, save for that, like I said, leaving it for long periods of time. But otherwise, I'm happy. It has a screw-down caseback. It's a polished caseback with laser etching to make it, you know, that frosted look like that. Made movement, Sapphitek crystal, 316L stainless steel, water resistant, 100 meter, 330 foot. Overall, this has been a pretty good watch for me. You know, at the price point of $65, this has been a great watch. It's certainly a, you know, it certainly makes its presence known. You get a lot of comments on, wow, that's a huge watch, etc. Not so many nice watch, I guess, but everyone just tells me that it's a huge watch, to which I just reply, thank you, and they look at me strange, and we part our separate ways. Anyway, let's go on to a lume shot. I'll be right back. Alright, I've had the Submersible charging for about 2 or 3 minutes with my Cree XML flashlight. I'm also a flashlight nerd as well as a watch nerd. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the lume looks like. You'll see there, very bright. You can probably see my hand there. Yep. Very impressive lume. It fades, you know, reasonably quickly to a more moderate level, but then it seems to stay there. This is one of those watches that actually is legible pretty much all through the night. It's not going to be as bright as it is right now, of course, but it seems to drop to a more moderate level and then just kind of stick there for quite a while. I'm pretty impressed with the lume on this. You know, you don't even have to charge it. If you're going into a movie or something like that, it'll be legible through the whole movie without any actual on-purpose charging, if that makes sense. So pretty impressed with the lume. Let's go back to get the lights on and just get some finishing comments. Alright, we got the lights back on with the Swiss Legend Submersible. Just a few closing comments. I would say that at anything under maybe $85 or so, this is a good buy for a watch. I would give it a thumbs up as far as quality and all that. It seems to be holding out pretty good over a year of use. I certainly don't baby any of my watches, even my more, you know, dressier automatics and stuff like that. I just don't really bother with that. If you're not going to use it and enjoy it, why do you own it? Is my philosophy basically. So I've taken this shooting, I've taken it boating, I've played sports with it. Still holding up just fine, no problems. It's definitely a polarizing watch. I would say it's more of a love it or hate it kind of thing due to the size and the weight and the style. This is not something you'd want to wear to anything greater than, you know, just casual. This is casual only. This is cargo shorts, out on the beach, whatever kind of watch. But you know, for that kind of look, that kind of style, I would say this is a good buy. Just make sure that your wrist is a decent size and that you like a larger watch. At 48 millimeters, it's not going to be very, very forgiving of a small wrist, or if you're more of a I don't know how to put it, more of a conservative style, it's more of a bold kind of watch. So just be aware of that before going in and purchasing. I'd say that about does it. I'm just going to put up a few photos, and thanks a lot for watching.